Yeah, this is all for you, Joseph. Don't you feel special? Yeah, you should feel special. All right, we're here to celebrate the Joseph Coker podcast. Yes. No applause as I expected.
You never even listened to it.
Oh man, don't get ahead of me. Don't get ahead of me. We're here to retire the podcast. Joseph Coker, yeah, he's had a lot of guests on there, and he feels that it's time to retire his podcast. And I thought to myself, how are we going to retire something that's never actually worked? But we still came out. We still made it happen, baby. All right. And one thing about Joseph, he's really good. He's had a lot of great speakers on there, and he's had a lot of great interviews. Joseph is really gifted orally. Hold on. I mean, he's gifted like A-U-R-A-L-L-Y. Like, he's a gifted speaker. He's like Winston Churchill or Teddy Roosevelt. He's a really great orator, you know, like Martin Luther King. But he's the only orator I've known who's eaten most of the pussy in Charleston, South Carolina. Most. Not all. He missed a couple, but he invited them here tonight. So ladies, see him after the show. Speaking of after the show, I noticed that there's now signs on the bathroom saying there's one per customer. No more doubling up in the bathroom. And I think that is specifically for you, Joseph. But yeah, it's a really great podcast, and he's had a lot of great people on it. He's had an Emmy Award-winning cinematographer. He's had the bassist for Prince, Ida Nielsen. The bassist for Prince has been on this podcast. And also me and Joseph Baswell. So there's like a really good peak, and it just went downhill. Oh man, we had to retire it because even though all these great people have been on it, no one's listened to it. I've been on it, I haven't listened to it yet. I was gonna check it out before the show, but I decided to watch Snapped instead. I'm sorry, Joseph. I really wanted to, man. But Joseph Coker, he's not a bad guy. He's not a bad guy. A lot of people are gonna come up here and give him shit, but he's a really cool dude. He wants to see everyone in the Charleston comedy scene elevate and reach their full potential. He's gotten me, Joseph, and Hagen on at the Comedy Zone, a great comedy club. He wants to see everyone reach their full potential. He's even taught me how to make a girl squirt, which is probably the most useless thing to teach any one of these comics. Of anyone up here, he taught me? That's like giving Snoop Dogg a drug test. It's like giving Nancy Reagan a bomb. Like, why? It's so useless, dude. So useless. The last time I got laid, Obama was president. The first time. You like that too much. But there's gonna be a lot of great comics up here tonight. I hope you guys have a great time. I hope you all enjoy yourself. And Joseph, you did a great job. You're a great person. Yeah, that's the appropriate response. A lot of people are gonna make fun of him for getting laid a lot. That's like the only thing we can really make fun of Joseph about.
No.
Oh no? That's not? Joseph does this joke about like him getting a skin tag removed from his dick. He had surgery on his dick. It's like as if he was backpacking in Europe so long that his circumcision reversed itself. It's like he was having so much sex that his circumcision reversed itself. It's like I have to defend, I have to fortify against all the girls and a couple of the guys. But yeah, you guys, I hope you have a great time. Your first comedian up tonight is a great guy. I never forget a face, but for this guy, I'll make an exception. It's Kevin Williams, guys.
Thank you, Ross. Sparrow, thanks for showing up, guys. This is an awesome crowd. I'm thrilled to be here. That's right. When I was invited to do this roast, I'm a new guy on the Charleston comedy scene. I haven't been doing this long. So when I was invited to do this roast, I was really honored until I heard who the rest of the roasters were. And I was like, man, it's not a fucking big deal. It's just another open mic at the Sparrow. I mean, look at this dais. I think if you took a picture of this, you could put it in a magazine as a shitty ad for the University of Phoenix online. I'm actually, of this whole dais, I'm actually the only one who hasn't been on Joseph's podcast. And
Not true. Bill Davis. Not true.
Oh, you Bill Davis doesn't count ever. Myself and Bill Davis are the only ones who haven't been on Joseph's podcast, and it's not because I'm the new guy, but it's because I like to think it's because I'm the only guy here who has a job that doesn't pay in stems and sticky nickels. Give it up for Rossi Brown, our roast master tonight. Rossi is seriously the nicest guy in the Charleston comedy scene. I'm not just saying that. He's really a nice guy. And when I was trying to write these jokes, I was torn, but I come up with some stuff. Rossi's actually missing a really good opportunity. I like to think of Rossi as like the black starter pack. Like, kind of how you ease people into black. Like, I think John Antoine should rent Rossi out to go meet his white girlfriend's dad. Just ease it in. And like I think he should go to North Charleston PD, start working at their police academy, because you know when they're teaching brutality, you don't want them to pull muscles. You can't go all in right away. You gotta ease into these things. Rossi actually makes a joke. This is a true story. He makes a joke that he once put a penis in his mouth in order to play with a transformer. And can you believe Caitlyn Jenner didn't even put that in her fucking book? Rossi actually did the Make-A-Wish program when he was younger, and he wished for two things. He wished for a large cock and a long life. 1 out of 2 ain't bad, right, Rossi? Oh, I've lost the crowd already. Rossi having a large cock is like Joseph Coker having a comb collection. It's just useless. No comb. Sorry, my southern, my redneck twang came through. Give it up for DJ Pat Nasty spinning the tunes for us tonight. Thank you for taking time off from filming Workaholics to be here. Let's talk about Bill Davis. Can you guys see Bill Davis? Of course you can. I'm not moving. When I was first told that I was going to do this roast, I was like, shit. Now I got to listen to Joseph's podcast for research. And thus began the longest 7 minutes of my life. And this is coming from a guy who was once cornered by Bill Davis and he told me all about his previous career as a bicycle racer. Yeah, apparently he was just like Lance Armstrong, except with 2 balls, and each ball weighs 150 pounds. Bill's wife is actually half Korean, but every day that she's with Bill, she wishes she was Chinese. I mean, specifically, she wishes she would have been the second-born Chinese female. And you know what's really sad? It's really sad. I mean, this is great that you guys all showed up for a funeral of a podcast. This is more people that's going to show up for a funeral of a podcast than for a funeral of Bill Davis next week. I'll leave Bill alone for a minute. Move on to Michael Clayton. Michael Clayton's here. I don't know Michael well. I started after Michael left for New York City finally. And he went to New York City for a comedy career. And he's actually already assimilated. He's already a real New Yorker because he won't stay the fuck out of Charleston. He comes back here more often than Joseph's lip acne. Michael Clayton has been on Joseph's podcast 8 times. 8 times out of 110. He's also attempted suicide 3 times. True story. The surprising fact, neither of those are related. Rumor has it that Michael Clayton keeps trying to fuck Joseph's ex-girlfriends. Yeah, a while back.
Got quiet.
Wait, how many are in here? At least one, all right. He keeps trying to fuck Joseph's ex. Apparently a while back, Michael figured out that he's more attractive to girls when their eyes are still sealed shut from Joseph's jizz. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. John Antoine is here tonight. John Antoine, a proud black man. John Antoine likes the Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's not the joke. He likes the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He wears Sperry shoes. He watches wrestling, and he didn't vote for Obama. He's like a 6-pack of LaCroix away from selling all his FUBU gear and following Jimmy Buffett around on tour. Like the only thing that's keeping John Antoine's black card intact is the fact that he's doing the blackest thing you can do. He's giving anal to a white girl every night. John Antoine says one of his jokes are that he won't give oral to his girlfriend. He won't go down on his girlfriend. He says it's because he's bad at it, but we all know that's a bullshit excuse because he still does comedy. The Petty Couch Podcast is John and Hagen. These 2 guys sit next to each other here. They do the Petty Couch Podcast, which is now the, I guess, the premier podcast in Charleston. They actually had to throw away their real petty couch, the couch that they used to do the podcast on, because it had bed bugs. That's right. Much to the relief of the bed bugs who don't have to listen to that stupid shit anymore. I'll move on to Hagen. Hagen's next on my list. Hagen looks like he's auditioning for the celebrity rehab version of Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys. Hagen actually has a Japanese grandmother. He does a couple jokes about that. He's got a Japanese grandmother. And I think if his grandmother were here tonight to see what Hagen has done with himself, she'd probably say, I wish I would have been in Hiroshima in 1945. Actually, Hagen finished second last year in the Charleston comedy competition. Give him a hand for that. Finished second in the Charleston comedy competition. Yeah, and according to all of his ex-girlfriends and John Antoine, it's the first time he's ever finished second. Shauna Jarrett is here. Shauna, by the way, Shauna put this whole thing together, so she deserves a huge round of applause. This is awesome. Shauna Jarrett is, she's autistic, which means when you talk to her, a lot of times she doesn't like to make eye contact. She won't make eye contact with you. So apparently Bill Davis's wife is also autistic every time they have sex. I told you I wasn't done with Bill yet. Shauna's actually, she announced recently she's still looking for love. She's still open for business, as Shauna likes to say. But I think the reason she's having problems is she works out on Seabrook Island. You guys know Seabrook out at Kiowa? Seabrook's nothing but white guys. And my thing is like, at Shauna's age and body type, I think that's the wrong demographic. ¿Te gustan los chicanos? Shauna Jarrett is actually bisexual, which explains why she's doubly attracted to Joseph Coker. She's, seriously, there is more sexual tension between those two than a West Virginia family reunion. All right, let's get to the man of the hour, Joseph Coker and his Shitty podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today not to mourn the death of a podcast, but to celebrate the fact that we don't have to listen to Joseph interview any more shitty comedians or meaningless musicians again. Those supposed to be irrelevant musicians. I fucked that up. He actually interviewed Tom Gimble of Foreigner. Tom Gimble, yeah, exactly. Nobody's fucking heard of him. But he is in Foreigner. In that interview, I listened to it, and it really did feel like the first time I was... It felt like the first time I was fucked in the ear by John Holmes, which hasn't happened, in case you wonder. Let me give a little history, actually. Fall of 1983, here in Charleston, a baby boy was welcomed into the world. He grew into a multi-talented man. I'm talking about a musician, a comedian. He's got piercing eyes, luscious lips, a full head of hair. I'm talking about Josh Strickland, who was on American Idol Season 2. At the same time, Joseph Coker was birthed into a Waffle House toilet after his mom had a night of drinking.
Oh, shit.
I got the old shit from the front row. Joseph actually has so many projects that he works on. Like, I don't understand where he gets all his energy for music and for comedy, and he teaches kids jujitsu. Joseph is like a 34-year-old man trapped in a 12-year-old boy's body. I mean, literally, he's been trapped inside a 12-year-old's body before. Too much? Was that too much? Let me go back to the podcast. Joseph did 110 episodes of that podcast. It was spread out over 3 minutes of entertainment. On one of his earlier podcasts, I thought he was actually interviewing Yoko Ono, and I realized it was just Joseph playing guitar. Listen, I'm not saying that Joseph's podcast will put you to sleep, but I have it on good word that Bill Cosby used to play it for his dates. I was actually going to play a clip from the podcast for you guys, but I didn't want the sparrow to be forever known as Jonestown North. That's a mass suicide joke for those of you who have public high school educations. Finally, I'm going to end with this one. Joseph Coker, a lot of guys and ladies are going to come up here tonight and talk about his reputation as a ladies' man. He talks about how much he loves women, but those luscious lips tell a different story. He says he likes women, but those lips say he's been pegged against more trailer home walls than the rebel flag. It wasn't my best, but it's my last. I will say this in all sincerity. I do appreciate these guys inviting me to come out here and do this thing. This family has welcomed me into the comedy scene and has been really good friends, very supportive, a little mean at times. I think it's about to get worse. But Joseph, your podcast was actually very entertaining for a few minutes at a time. And I do appreciate everything you've done for me in the comedy scene. Keep up the good work. You're a funny motherfucker, and I love you for it. Thank you, guys. Let's get Rossi Brown back up here.
Give it up for Kevin Williams. Yeah, man. Do not be fooled by this man. This is the first time he's ever not worn cargo pants. I have no idea why he wears cargo pants to every single open mic. What are you hiding in all those pockets, Kevin? Certainly not jokes. Certainly not jokes. It's a given. Our next comic up is Bill Davis. Hold on. He deserves no intro. Our longtime idol, great writer for the paper. He's just a well-learned man. But I do want to say one thing about Bill Davis. Way back in the day, I found out he took the SATs when they first came out, and true story. And he took the SATs, and when he got back his test scores, he tested positive for type 2 diabetes. All right, here's our comedy dad, Bill Davis.
Good time, yeah. My life is garbage. I don't know what the fuck a podcast is. I've never listened to the goddamn thing. I'm just here to talk shit about my friends. I don't know about y'all. Fucking hell. I don't have to work my computer. I couldn't get the font size bigger because I'm using Pages because I'm too cheap to buy Microsoft Word. So kindly, Sandra D lent me her readers. Give her a round of applause for that. Well, she doesn't know she lent them to me. I picked them up off the bedstand next to Rossi's bed. Rossi really is the sweetest guy in the world. If he were any sweeter, the diabetes in his blood would push the sickle cell out of the way. Round one, white privilege. All right. Rossi loves to tell one-liners because he doesn't know he's going to live to the punchline. You kids. If I won the lottery, it takes $5 million, by the way. That's how much it costs, $5 million for the medical treatment to reverse sickle cell anemia. If I won that $5 million, I would give it to Rossi's sister. I really would. Because Rossi would get the joke, you know? I've only met her once. Great sense of humor. Rossi is thin and black, and he smokes a lot of weed. He's basically a walking Dutch master. I'm really worried after the great... Give Kevin a round of applause. That was absolutely fucking... The amount of work he put in. I first started fucking Kevin in 1989. 89? 89, yeah, it was 88 or 89. Age of majority issue, you know. It's been so fun to watch him grow and put on pants. It's just been wonderful. Kevin's basically a walking banjo. That's what it is. He's from a simpler, angrier time. Oh, here comes the talk about women. Anyway, Michael Clayton is sitting directly to my left. Right. Mike went up to New York City to follow his comedy dreams. Give him a round of applause for that. That's fantastic. And he kept the weight off. That's amazing. And by that I mean he didn't hook back up with Susie. Mike's always posting on Facebook. I don't know if you've ever noticed. My favorite game to play on Facebook is watch Mike post one of his 1,000-word reviews of a shitty movie and see who the first needy bastard is to like it. I'm like, oh, it's a click. He put pictures up of the gay pride parade in New York City recently. He went out in support. He wanted to join in, but the gay guys wouldn't let him because they have pride. Self-esteem. You know what's weird is how much more pussy the guys in the gay pride march get than you do. Michael has a history of self-harm. So I feel bad, you know, dishing out all these sick burns. Yeah, it's kind of cute self-harm. It's kind of like a self-harm joke, but with big eyes, right? It's cute. That's right. John Antoine, right next to him, right there. Everyone here on the stage, by the way, is young enough to be my child. Every single one of them, except for John Antoine, because I won't fuck prostitutes. Female prostitute. Sorry, I got that wrong. John's white girlfriend. I love that we all call her white girlfriend is here. His white girlfriend is here. His recession-proof fallback plan is here. That's fantastic. There's not a lot of Viagra ads on basketball shows like there are on golf shows. A couple reasons. One, there's nothing wrong with a black guy's dick that a white girl can't fix. And Viagra isn't covered by Medicaid. I was looking at Katie, she's beautiful, but she has a very striking sense of fashion tonight. Black hair, red, white lips, and when I first met her, she had dreadlocks and really tight pants, and I was like, yep, John is not her first black boyfriend. John spells his name J-O-N to try and fool people so he can get credit. He can't. Hagen is here. Hagen is my 15-year-old daughter's favorite comedian in Charleston. Absolute favorite. Yeah, because she loves all his tales and his jokes about being in the dirt and being all fucked up and, you know, and that's cute until you know how close to 30 Hagen is. It's not, a lot of people your age are buying cars and houses, deciding where they want to live so their kids will go to school. Not Hagen. The only thing weaker and smaller than that bullshit mustache is his quarter Jap dick. It's weird. The top quarter is Japanese, so it twists like this. It's because it's shorter. Hagen's shirt, his Hawaiian shirt collection reminds me of his life. I'm always like, brother, I hope you get the receipt so you can take that shit back. All right. Next up, Shauna Jarrett, the only woman in North Charleston Joseph Coker won't fuck. As Since you have autism, I want to explain to you, since you have a problem with sarcasm, that I adore you, but I find some parts of your personality to be amusing. Shauna is always talking about being bisexual because neither men nor women will fuck her. That's the way that works. I love her sense of fashion because she'll pull up her skirt like right to her tits, right? And her fupa is so big I can never order a chalupa again. That's just... Couldn't have a larger upper pussy area. Chalupa, look it up. It's a thing. I was sitting there thinking, how would Shauna get pregnant? That'd be a room full of guys throwing handfuls of cum at her. That's what that would be. But half the guys would like eat the cum just out of respect for the cum. They'd be like, oh, I'm not gonna do it. Hang on, I got a dirty one. Joseph Coker, Joseph Coker teaches wrestling to kids in North Charleston where everyone is carrying a gun. North Charleston is the town where cops shoot men in the back 4 times. And what are they gonna fucking do? A Kimura, a rear naked choke? That shit doesn't work. By the way, Joseph, we all know he fucks a lot of women, but we also know is they don't come back for seconds. Anyone here ever slept with him twice? Show of hands. Hagen, put your hand down. Joseph was bringing this one girl to a bar where we were doing stand-up, and she was missing all of her teeth on her upper left back. I was like, dude, it's a bar. We already have a bottle opener. And yeah, he sleeps with all these womans. Oh, by the way, little pissed about the one customer, the one patron per time in the bathroom. I mean, men is a plural noun. But he has sex with all these women to distract us from the really disturbing shit in his house, in his life, in that he gave up this bullshit podcast that no one listened to turn his shitbox house into an Airbnb. He has so much goddamn house pride, and you walk in there, it's like Wolfslayer, it's like Hitler's bunker. It's buried in the fucking dirt. It's a goddamn nightmare. And on Airbnb, it says, yes, we have mold spores. His middle bedroom, he rented out to people, to strangers to come fuck in, and for 2 months, didn't put a mattress pad on the goddamn thing. So don't pass out at Joseph's house because you're sleeping on a sex sponge. Thank you for your time.
Bill Davis, everyone. Give it up for Bill Davis, guys. That was hot fire, Bill. Bill is right. He's right about 2 things. He is right. I have sickle cell. So sometimes I think to myself, I have sickle cell. Damn, I should be dead by now. And then Bill Davis will go up on an open mic, and I think to myself, I have sickle cell. Damn, I should be dead by now. Our next comic is Michael Clayton. Michael Clayton, yeah, give it up for Michael Clayton. Michael Clayton is the first person I befriended in the comedy scene, in the Charleston comedy community. And he is the last person I want to be stuck in a long car ride with. Michael Clayton has so many boring, useless conversations about topics that don't matter. I wish there was a way to unfollow a friendship. Can I unsubscribe? All right, guys, give it up for your next comic, Michael Clayton.
Thank you. Let's give it up for Joseph's podcast. Give him a round of applause. He's dressed like a Swish magician. Look at this piece of shit. Congratulations to Joseph for finding the one host that's going to die as quickly as his marriage did. It's a roast, fuckers. I didn't travel 800 miles for a hug, all right? Rossi does have sickle cell. He actually did get a Make-A-Wish program wish, and this is actually true. Rossi, for his Make-A-Wish, got red carpet service to Applebee's. Rossi's wish as a black man was to spend one day as white trash. How sad is that? But don't act like Rossi's not hood, all right? Like, Rossi is so hood, Rossi is so ghetto, that even his blood cells are shaped like a shiv. That is really fucking ghetto. Rossi and John were actually arguing over who was blacker earlier. It was like really, really pathetic. And Rossi won because he's dying of the second most popular reason that black people die. John thought he could beat Rossi before the roast, but he couldn't find a North Charleston cop in time, so they had to go ahead and go to number 2. I'm glad Bill Davis is here. I've never seen one of the 7 deadly sins in person before. I'll give you a hint. It's not lust. Now, Bill's wife actually reminds me of Melania Trump. She really does, because she's beautiful, she's from another country, and she's been fucking a 2 for the last 10 years. So, exactly the same. He fucks Chinese women more than a driver's ed teacher. It's fucking horrible. Bill Davis looks like the Kool-Aid man if he was going through the divorce. It's fucking really, really sad. I don't know Kevin very well, so I didn't want to shit on him, but then I found out he's half German, so he's used to it, so I didn't worry about it. Kevin, you are the most hick-sounding fuck at this roast. I feel like you can't say the word patriot without sounding racist. When I asked Kevin for details about himself online to get to know information about the roast, he said he actually grew up on school lunches because he was very poor. I don't actually think he grew up on school lunches. I think he was just trying to make Bill Davis come. Now, my good buddy Shauna Jarrett's here. I love Shauna to death. If you've never met Shauna, Shauna is what it looks like when Miss Frizzle fucks the eye roll emoji. Shauna always likes to brag that she dresses all of her guy friends. She's like, I dress all my guy friends, which is amazing for a woman who looks like she's dressing for a bake sale at a religious cult. Good buddy John Antoine's here. John is a very confident guy. John's known to be very confident. In fact, every morning he actually gives himself a round of applause against his white girlfriend's ass while Hagen's sleeping on the couch. Now, my good buddy Hagen is here. Hagen's really an amazing guy. Like, anytime he walks in a room, he just lights up a room. Not at his own apartment, because John's black and hasn't paid the electric bill, but any other room he walks into, he lights up a room. Hagen is actually writing an instructional guide to stand-up comedy called If It's Not Funny, Yell. Hagen's jokes are kind of like a Grateful Dead song. It takes him a half hour to say what should only take 4 minutes. Hagen's known to have a small dick. This isn't news. You're going to hear this a lot tonight. I've told Hagen he's got a small dick. We've all told him. Even Joseph has told Hagen he's got a small dick. And Joseph should know because he works with children. Joseph, this is for Joseph's podcast, by the way. Joseph actually gave up on his podcast because he didn't want music to be his only failure. Joseph named his last album Pompeii because, like Pompeii, he also covers people in a sticky goo and leaves them with their lives ruined. us what the cause of death of Joseph's podcast is, but since he's the father, I'm going to assume it's AIDS. Now, I told Joseph I wouldn't call out any of the people that he slept with, but I am going to call out one. Paul Hoover's here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Now, people don't know, most people know this, Paul Hoover is autistic, which just proves that Joseph's cock has vaccines in it. I know what you're thinking, Shauna has autism too, but she did not suck Joseph's cock. God just hates her. Joseph's bedroom has had more crying teenage girls than Planned Parenthood. It's really sad. Joseph's a really big horror movie fan. Joseph's favorite horror movie is The Notebook because it shows two people in a committed relationship. But don't worry, it has a happy ending because the woman forgets all about it at the end. Joseph gets a lot of shit from Shauna because Shauna talks about how he keeps making Harry Potter references. But I don't think that's a problem because that is the reading level of most of the women that he fucks. And Joseph likes to joke about me. He always calls me a media vampire because he says I obsess over every song and movie and I know too many details about him. But this motherfucker can't remember a movie he saw 5 minutes ago. Like if I said, hey, did you enjoy Jurassic Park? Joseph would be like, holy shit, there were dinosaurs in that fucking movie? He is the worst. Now, I gotta tell you, even though Joseph is a miserable shit piece of human being, it really does touch me that he did invite me to be part of this roast. I had no problem traveling down here to be a part of it. These people are more my family than a lot of my family members are, and it means so much to me I was able to enjoy this time with you tonight. Thank you guys very much. Fuck Hagen. You guys have a great night.
And Michael Clayton, Charleston's own Michael Clayton. Yeah, Michael Clayton, he eventually moved to New York. After doing some comedy in Charleston, he got tired of being a big fish in a small pond, so he moved to New York where he could be a fat piece of shit in a small apartment. Up next we got John Antoine. John Antoine, the other black guy on the roast. John Antoine. Hey man, John Antoine and I have been friends for a while, and when John Antoine figured out he wasn't gonna get reparations after Obama left office, he went ahead and got himself a white girl with a good job. He was like, well, since I'm not gonna get 40 acres and a mule, I'll get a white girl with a 40-inch waist. Up next, our comic John Antoine.
What's going on, everybody? Guys, give it up for Rossi Brown, our host tonight. Give it up for him. Rossi's nickname is Downtown Rossi Brown. Did you guys know that? Yeah. I don't think that nickname is earned, because the only time Rossi goes downtown is when he's being admitted to MUSC. And in fact, I think his nickname should be Welfare Peter Pan, honestly. Like seriously, the only reason why you will never grow old is because you're gonna die young from sickle cell. Rossi is the only black guy I have no fear of calling petite because I don't fear the repercussions. Like he's fucking slight. Like I bet you still shop at the junior section at JCPenney, nigga. Like. No, but seriously, Rossi, you're the only nigga with a terminal illness who still can't get his dick sucked, nigga. Kevin Williams is here, guys. By that applause, I know you guys don't know who the fuck he is. Don't be fooled by the outfit. Kevin normally dresses like he got in a fight with a Burlington coat factory and lost. Kevin's so southern, like, if a Cracker Barrel had a voice, it would sound like Kevin Williams. Honestly, I feel like the only reason why you're here is like we need somebody to talk to the police if they show up. No, but seriously though, the honest truth, the only reason why you're on this roast is because Paul Hoover's too autistic to be mean. No, but yeah, Kevin is proof that white privilege isn't real. Because if it was, more than 3 people in this room would know who the fuck he was. Bill Davis, everybody. Bill Davis, you're such a fat fucking piece of shit. I just want to tell you that right now. The only thing under more stress now than Rossi's immune system is Bill Davis's kneecaps. Bill Davis's knees have seen more trauma than the MUSC ICU. Do you understand what I'm saying? Bill Davis is a diehard liberal. I don't know if you guys know that. But the only reason why he is because that's the only way he can get people to stop mistaking him for Chris Christie. Bill holds trivia a lot. Here's a fun trivia fact about Bill. His wife is Asian, and the only reason why he married her because she was the only person in South Carolina small enough to find his dick. Bill, I bet every time you have sex with your wife, one of her ancestors' souls gets trapped in a fortune cookie. Oh shit. Hagen's here, he's my roommate. Living with Hagen is it's like living with a coked up raccoon. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking awful. He's just rolling in trash all fucking night. Hagen's diet consists of tacos and LaCroix. He's like a white girl on spring break vacation in Cancun. This shit is awful.
Love it.
Hagen finished second place in the stand-up competition this year. Give it up for that. It's just proving no matter what you do, nigga, you will always be shit.
That was so real. That was good.
It was a little real. It was a little real, guys. Shauna Jarrett's here, guys. I love Shauna, guys. Give it up for Shauna. Shauna makes a joke that she dresses like a slutty Miss Frizzle sometimes. I feel like it's a little bit more accurate to describe it as like if a bad kitty made love with a Goodwill and then was raised by a Kmart. That's what you dress like. Shauna likes short, hairy things, which is surprising to me because she's never seen Michael Clayton's dick. But seriously, like I really love Shauna. Like she's been around and I've seen her progress. Her comedy's come so far. And like, I'm just so proud of all the work that you put in. And it's really amazing because she doesn't even know how to fucking tell a joke. And like, she's gotten so far. Shauna talks about going on the road a lot, guys. She's been on the road and it's amazing. Like she's gone to Spartanburg, Bluffton, Columbia. So pretty much the road to fucking nowhere. The first time I ever heard somebody say the word cuck, I was appalled. Because Because I didn't want everybody to know what my pet name for Michael Clayton was. Michael's such a cuck. He's the type of guy to volunteer to go down on a girl during a gangbang. You know what I mean? Michael's the only guy I know who could get friend zoned by his own right hand. Like, God damn. And there's like no way he could get out of it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't like take a girl out on nice dinners, buy her nice gifts. Like, the only gift Michael could give to a girl is the absence of his presence. Like, that's it. It's the only thing. Guys, Michael used to work for Planned Parenthood. It's amazing, isn't it? Like, look at him. He used to work for Planned Parenthood, and he saved the state probably millions of dollars. Because you know what the best form of contraception is? A conversation with Michael fucking Clayton. Nobody's having sex after that shit. No, seriously, like, niggas in prison get laid more than you. And Joseph Coker's here. That's why we're all here tonight. I'm happy to see all these people out here. A lot of members of your pussy graveyard is in the crowd tonight. I'm just saying, like, Joseph has a reputation for getting laid a lot, but it's not a good thing. Like, I just have to tell you straight to your face, you can't butt fuck your way to your father's approval. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's just, it's never gonna get there, baby. It's never gonna get there. Honestly, I feel like you're retiring the podcast, and honestly, you probably go out and try and get laid so much because you can't get people to listen to your podcast, and fucking girls is the only way you can get people to actually listen to the sound of your voice. Like, it's amazing. Yeah. Joseph likes to read a lot of inspirational and motivational books, but I feel like your only inspiration in this world should be Rogaine. Like, fix your fucking hairline, nigga. If you wanted more people to listen to your podcast, maybe the picture shouldn't have been a middle-aged white guy with a tumbleweed on the top of his fucking head.
That's good feedback.
That's good. It's great feedback.
Too late.
But like, honestly, the only thing more fragile than Joseph's hairline is his ego. Like, it's crazy. Just ride the fucking wave. I like how you got like a t-shirt and a fucking blazer on like you're a real fucking comic. You're not Jeremy, nigga. Shut the fuck up. You know, Joseph's showing his age when his best podcast guest was a guitar player for fucking Foreigner. Like, come on, nigga. Quit being 33 and living in Goose Creek. Am I getting bitter right now? I'm sorry, guys. But I do love you. I'm glad you're retiring your podcast so we can get more Petty Couch listeners. And I think I'm gonna give this back to the room. Let's get Rossi back up here.
Yeah, man, that's John Antoine, everybody. Yeah. John Antoine, you are the cool black guy by default. The only other black comedians are Deshaun Mason, who is a magician, and Rossi Brown, who played classical violin. We gave you cool black guy because you have no other talents. next is our favorite party animal, Hagen Chase Raglan. Yeah, go ahead, give it up for the man. Hagen. Yeah, baby. Blackout Boys. Hagen parties hard, he drinks, he does drugs. He has the spirit of a College of Charleston student trapped in the body of a door-to-door vacuum salesman. Why do you wear so many Hawaiian flamboyant shirts? Are you trying to be exciting because your personality is not? Blue Dawn Hope. All right, give it up for Hagen Raglan, everybody.
I think Rossi being here tonight is actually his call for help for him being saved from the D family. Just like watch the way he's blinking his eyes, like help me, please help. Keith D only took Rossi in to prove to everyone that he's not racist to everybody. Rossi living with the D family is the sequel to the movie Get Out. Yeah, except this version's called Boy Come Here. Y'all know it's fucking true. Rossi looks like a fucking Slim Jim with eyes. Which is funny because their slogan is snap into a Slim Jim, which is also funny because you could just snap Rossi in two anytime you wanted to. Yeah. Y'all asked me to be on this. Y'all knew what this was. Oh, hold on. Do you guys hear that? Shh. Everyone, shh. Do y'all hear that? Nothing. See, that's what Kevin Williams hears every time he's on stage, everybody. It's fucking nothing. Kevin Williams apparently used to work for the CIA, and all you gotta do to work for them, apparently all the qualifications are is to look like a spokesperson for Ross Dress for Less. Ross Dress for Less. Or Rossi, come clean up this mess. That's what he hears at the D family household. Tough. Kevin, I mean, you go undercover, you gotta be like suave to be undercover. It's like James Bond. Like when you go undercover, you're like James Fraud. Okay, that's terrible. These are bad, dude. These are bad.
Holy shit!
Kevin looks like he single-handedly keeps Jeff Foxworthy merch stores in business. So the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, it's Who Let This Guy Do Comedy Tour. You know, tonight, it's a lot like writing a eulogy for, it's like writing a eulogy for Joseph Coker's fucking podcast. And you usually write eulogies when someone or something dies, but I write a eulogy for Bill every time I see him eat something fried. A lot.
Because I'm fat.
Because he's fat. He's a fat piece of shit. Bill Davis hosts trivia, and the only trivial fact about Bill Davis is that no one gives a shit about anything that he says.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, you guys see what I did. This is tough, guys. I'm having a rough week.
Got this, Hagen.
Yeah. Give it up for Bill Davis. He's actually lost a lot of weight. Give it up for him. He's lost a lot of weight. Lost a lot of weight. But not as much as the many a times people have lost interest in his sets while doing comedy. Watching Bill Davis do comedy is just like a Russian roulette of when he's going to slip up and say the N-word on stage. Like, I swear. It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. Bill Davis is a cool dad, and the only thing that means is that his daughter is going to be the first one at her high school to give a blowjob.
family. Yeah. Give it up for Michael Clayton. Michael Clayton is here. When Michael Clayton's here, that only means that Cuckamania is running wild, brother! Cuckamania! Yeah! The doughboyhood dream come true. Michael's such a cuck that he got in the best shape of his fucking life to come do this roast, knowing that we're still gonna call him a fat ass anyway. Michael Clayton is such a cuck that he calls customer service hotlines just to be put on hold for 30 minutes. Oh, fuck yeah, give me that hold. Yeah, that's great. The only time I'll ever care about anything Bill Davis says is if he's talking shit about Michael Clayton. It's the only time I'm ever gonna... Michael, look me in my fucking eyes right now. Let me explain to you what the word intrusive means, Michael. Intrusive means causing disruption or annoyance through being unwelcome or uninvited. Much like when Kevin Williams shows up to an open mic. Michael reminds me a lot of my mother. You know, she sits around, she watches Dr. Phil and Days of Our Lives, and she gets lost in the lore of shit that's none of her fucking business. Much like Michael Clayton. Jesus. The only pussy that Michael Clayton knows about is the fact that Pussy Galore is a character in 3 different Bond films. Michael's life is like pussy minimum. The only action he's gotten all year is going to see the Wonder Woman film like 14 times. In a row. Now that they remade The Mummy, they're gonna remake The Invisible Man, starring Michael Clayton. And it's gonna be called The Invisible Cock. That deserved better, guys.
Good ones.
Exactly. Word has it that Michael spends a lot of time at dumpling houses in New York, which is ironic because his mother gave birth to him. She thought she just shat out a dumpling that wouldn't shut the fuck up. These are just getting mean. I'm a mean guy. Run it to the ground. I'm gonna suck this dick and I don't give a shit. I'm taking all y'all down with me. Sucking it. Michael once went to a psychiatric hospital dressed up as Spider-Man, ladies and gentlemen. This is a true story. While at the psychiatric hospital dressed as Spider-Man, he caught eyes with a girl his age, and he looked at her, and trying to woo her, he gave her the Spider-Man web gesture. That girl never made it out of that psychiatric hospital, guys. Not because she killed herself, but because Michael Clayton was released back into the world. And that world is not a world that she wanted to be a part of, everybody.
I like that.
Fuck it, she killed herself. Ah! It's a roast! Exactly. My shitty ass roommate, John Antoine, is here. Give it up for John Antoine. The other half, the Petty Couch Podcast. John is such a typical black male that he even has dreams about getting his white girlfriend pregnant. He told me. John has more sneakers than he knows words, everybody. I don't know. Like seeing John try to structure together a sentence is like the dude at the beginning of Saving Private Ryan, trying to find his arm and his ear. It's just like he just can't get all the pieces together. Seeing John try to use social media is as sad as when Rossi gets turned down by a big girl. John just trying to use Facebook and he's just like, man, I look like a buster right now. Instead of tagging anybody, it's just the @ symbol and their name, and he doesn't use spaces in between anybody's words. It's true, look at his Facebook. You look like a buster right now. You know, in this world, some people are functioning alcoholics. Shauna Jarrett is a functioning juggalo. Fuggalo. Shauna likes short men that she can dominate, unlike her jokes, which are long and alienate. If Shauna was an author, her first book would be called The Setup, and her second book would be called No Payoff. Shauna's so cracked out on Adderall and her mouth is always full of gum that she's been diagnosed as nautistic. Shauna's one autistic spasm away from getting an Academy Award-winning movie made about her. Shauna's on the road to being almost famous, unlike her apartment, which is almost vacant. Man of the night, Joseph Coker. Give him a hand. One of my best friends. I bet you regret putting me on this roast now.
I love it.
110 episodes? 110 episodes. Give it up for that. That's a lot of episodes. It's also the same number of women that Joseph has fucked that Michael fell in love with directly afterwards. He'll message you on Facebook after the show. Don't worry about it. How's it going? I find it hard to make fun of Joseph, man, because Joseph's a weird dude. He reminds me just like an alien that came to Earth and went to like a 19-year-old's body, and like all you know is like trying to get laid and using the word hustle like 7 times a sentence.
That's good.
Listen to Drake. I was gonna go harder on Joseph, but I figured, losing 2 categories in a paper that Bill Davis used to write for was punishment enough. I just want to thank you, man. You're one of my best friends. You're one of the greatest guys. You're one of the greatest people like anyone could ever know. You're such a genuine heart, and you've got me out of some dark times. And I'm so thankful to be on this roast. I'm so thankful to be up here with this great dance. So thank you guys so much.
Hagen Chase Raglan, everyone. Hagen Chase Raglan. I love that man. Hagen didn't do any Japanese jokes. He's a quarter Japanese, everyone.
I got a small dick, okay?
That's what I'm getting at. He's a quarter Japanese. He makes jokes about it, but Hagen is Japanese is gas station sushi. You're about as Asian as the Panda Express in the Charleston International Airport. Up next, we have our comedy mom, Shauna Jarrett. Yeah, give it up for Shauna. Don't be fooled. She's bisexual, but she does fuck black guys. She fucked me over last February. She really fucked me over last February. I needed a haircut, and I was like, do you cut hair? And she was like, yeah, I cut a lot of black people's hair. So I was like, come over and cut my hair. And she cut my hair, and by the end of it, I looked like the black Joseph Coker. I looked like George Jefferson. She gave me like the civil rights haircut. So yeah, I don't like to do a lot of public services, but black guys in the audience, if a white girl says she can cut your hair, it's not rude or racist to ask for a picture of her experience. It's not rude. Just ignore that voice in your head saying like, this might be racist. No, just go ahead and ask. All right, guys. Yeah, that's right. Up next, Shauna Jarrett, everybody. Give it up.
Hey guys. It's been fucking fun as shit, guys. Rossi, I'll get to you in a minute. Guys, I have to address, like, being the only woman up here tonight. I have to say that up front. I have to address it. You know? Like, when I started comedy, guys, I promised myself that I would never date or fuck a comic to get ahead or get booked. And these guys have made that so easy. They have nothing to offer me and they don't book shit. Okay? No, it's good. I really appreciate that. Rossi, thank you. Rossi, I want to talk shit about him, but he is legitimately like the sweetest guy. He's awesome. Like it would be like shooting fish in a barrel if you like had to give the fish a ride to and from the barrel. And like buy them a couple of drinks to fill the barrel. I feel like more women would date Rossi, but like there's so much red tape. You know, you've got to like do all the custody paperwork and like DSS has to come do a home visit. It's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass to do it. I feel like they would otherwise though, you know. Give it up, guys, for your roast rain man, Kevin Williams. I have never seen him succeed at anything. And he killed tonight, guys. Give it up for Kevin. That was awesome. Yeah, no, that was awesome. Like, you know, like, what do you say about Kevin? Like, I don't know otherwise. He did great tonight. I didn't have an opener, so thank you for doing well tonight. No, Kevin Williams, guys, reminds me of every middle-aged lesbian who has ever tried to get me in her Chevy S10 pickup. You know, he's like if like Melissa Etheridge and Tom Petty had a baby and it like wanted to sell me a dream catcher. I feel. No, Kevin Williams has the top secret government job. He tells us that a lot. Top secret. And I found out like the best way to keep a thing top secret is to put Kevin in charge of it because I've never asked him a single question about his life, ever. I've never wondered what he does for a living. Kevin Williams has a wife? That was a punchline, guys. Kevin Williams has a wife. Like Kevin Williams having a wife is the best evidence I have ever seen that like MK Ultra never ended, and that's what he does for the government. Like no, it's like a reverse Flowers for Algernon. She's gonna get smarter and smarter and smarter, and one day be like, what the fuck am I doing here? Holy shit, what happened? Give it up for Kevin Williams' wife, you guys. Her name is Laura, she's awesome. Kevin Williams cargo pants, we talked about them. He is the nation's dad. He's got like cargo pants and like sunglasses and a cool motorcycle. He has no kids at all. He's only 5 years older than I am, but he feels so much older than I am. Like when Kevin Williams walks out, I want to like put out my cigarette and go like hide under a bleacher. No, like he doesn't have kids. It's cool. It's not for like medical reasons. He just doesn't want to. He has a problem with like population growth, which I do too when it involves Kevin Williams. I agree in that case. Bill fucking Davis. Bill Davis has apparently lost enough weight to call me fat. So, I don't know if you missed that earlier, but this svelte young man you see, fuck you, Bill Davis. Bill Davis, Bill Davis is so out of touch with women he thinks I can't get fucked. So, that's how, yeah, that's cool. Bill Davis plays tennis, guys. Bill Davis, he does it, yeah, no, he said that he would weigh a lot more if he didn't play tennis. I've never seen him play tennis, but I have watched him walk up 3 stairs once a week, and the way that goes, like, I have so many questions about tennis, and also no further questions about tennis, you know? Bill Davis needs you to know that he is affluent enough to have a son named Kyle. He will drop that a lot. Bill Davis is an expert in everything. Just ask Bill Davis. Just be anywhere near Bill Davis and mention anything, and he will name drop people who don't matter until you want to go die in a hole. Bill Davis is like a who's who of who needs help understanding a Wi-Fi router. He knows everybody who mattered in West Ashley 20 years ago. If you have any questions, you like mention a shopping center, he knows whose family owns it. He's your one-stop shop for that, which is good. It's nice to have that. I knew Bill Davis for like a year before he figured out what I do for work, and he was pretty much like, oh, I didn't know you had a big girl job, I'm surprised. Which like kind of made me mad. And then I thought about it and I was like, you know what, that's fair. Like I've known you for a year and I just figured out that you aren't like trying stand up as like a bucket list item before like a diabetes related foot amputation surgery. So yeah, no, it's good. I just thought you were trying it out and I want you to succeed. And now I don't want you to succeed. Which is cool because he's not, so it's fine. It's good. Guys, I like watching Bill Davis and Michael Clayton talk shit about each other. It's like, you guys know like American Beauty with the trash bag in the parking lot? It's like watching two trash bags in the wind fight. It couldn't matter less and they both get so mad. They're so mad. I'm a better trash bag. Oh God, Michael Clayton started moving to New York before I started doing stand-up, and so long passed that I helped produce his going away show. That's how long it took him to fucking leave. And no, like, you have to give us a chance to miss you. Michael Clayton comes home every 3 months and wants a ticker tape parade like he came home from war. Guys, I'm here. Good news. McRib is back. I have one more McDonald's joke for you, Michael. No, Rossi said earlier that Michael Clayton, he like took a chance and went to go be like a small fish in a big pond, but when he was here, he was an asshole that smelled like a McFish. So that's, yeah. Michael Clayton is an ally, guys, for women and LGBTQ people, and I know that because he will not stop telling me he's an ally. As a woman and a queer person, I asked around and we took a vote, cease and desist. Please stop standing up for us, Michael. Please stop telling us what the problem is. We thank you for your service. Ticker tape, just go, you're good. You're good. Michael is a great storyteller, he really is. Michael subscribes, there's an old Irish saying, and it's never let the facts get in the way of a bad story. Yeah, if you follow Michael Clayton on Facebook, like there was a hashtag invented for him. It's hashtag things that didn't happen. Every story he's ever told, he's like, listen, a woman said a racist thing, and I stood up and I told her da-da-da-da, and then everyone in the Chipotle clapped, and I rode out on their shoulders. Yesterday, Michael Clayton alleged to meet a woman at a bus stop in Columbia, South Carolina, and wait, I believe that he met her, but he said that he was the second person she'd spoken English to ever. I don't know what fucking bullshit customs she came through. There's just the one guy, and they're like, here you are at the Columbia bus stop. Good luck. And then Michael showed up and was like, that's racist. Ma'am, can I help you with racism at all? You seem new. I'm in charge here. I have to give it up for Michael, though. I do, like, sincerely. Michael Clayton booked me on my first show ever when it wasn't my turn to get booked. So thank you so much for that, sincerely. And I'm so sorry that I would not book you now. But I appreciate Antoine owes me $40. That's not a punchline, it's just a fact. And if you count cigarettes that he's bummed, John Antoine owes me $360. So, John Antoine does a joke about having a white girlfriend and her not knowing what FUBU is. And he will like say that into her face when she had cornrows. Like, he does a joke about like not eating pussy, and the punchline is like, I don't want to, I guess. John Antoine's white girlfriend, like, had better be the recipient of like the most free drinks in Charleston. Like, I really want that to be true for her, if at all possible, because also like he can't pay for them. Because I mean, like, he better not be paying for them. He owes me $40 right now. So whenever you get around to that. John and Hagen are the co-hosts of the Petty Couch podcast. And I was a guest on it, so I know that like Hagen would have the same experience if his co-host were a Teddy Ruxpin. Like as far as labor goes, like Hagen's gonna do all of it. John's going to show up and like and like he's gonna be bad at a microphone. Let's be honest about that. Like, yeah, you're gonna have to. Yeah. So, but like maybe if he was like a Teddy Ruxpin, if like the Teddy Ruxpin also like in its carpet fur had bed bugs and ate all of your eggs. That's real. Also, guys, the Petty Couch podcast is the first and only podcast to receive a cease and desist letter from Blue Apron. They were like, please don't say that you subscribe to Blue Apron or you eat Blue Apron. Like, we will pay you not to mention Blue Apron. Hagen, you are a doll baby. You are. I tried to write jokes about you and it was hard because I really, really like you a lot and I wanna, like, I was just thinking about like the kind of woman that you will wind up with, which I feel like is kind of telling. Guys, I don't want to catfish Hagen, right? Because he has nothing to give anybody that you would catfish. But I feel like I know Hagen well enough that if you want to catfish him, I can help you write your online profile. You guys want to hear the online profile that will net Hagen for a catfish scam? Hi, I'm Chelsea. I'm 22 and I'm a fucking nightmare. I identify as a chill girl, which is funny because you will routinely have to literally talk me off of the college lodge balcony because I couldn't find a specific black tank top. It's gonna happen to you a lot. My dad left, which means you aren't allowed to have female friends. Or like preferably any friends. Or go anywhere except Target to push my cart around. You're gonna love her. Also I pronounce it Target, which you have to act like is the most hilarious joke you have ever heard every time I say it. I have my period for 3 weeks out of the month. Which is like a medical issue, which you have to respect. I can't see a doctor about it though, because he'll like tell me I'm an alcoholic. And like, I can't handle that kind of stress during PBR week at Rec Room, I'm sorry. I can't. I am seeking a man to get into like a shared bill situation before my college loans come due. Full stop. Just a man who won't argue. I feel like we're all on borrowed time before a terrible woman tricks you into a hole covered in leaves and you aren't allowed to go out anymore. And I'm really enjoying it right now, so thank you so much for being that. I appreciate it.
Too bad Joseph already had sex with that girl.
Oh, he definitely tricked that girl into anal. Guys, I'm sorry. He empowered her to know she already wanted anal. It's different. Speaking of Joseph, I love Joseph. Joseph is legitimately one of my very best friends, and it's hard to write jokes about him except when you have seen him on other roasts Even tonight, and the jokes are all like, Joseph gets too much pussy. That's not a joke. It's just sour grapes. Like, and there is so much wrong with him. So I just want to be the person who unpacks that, if we could. If you want to fuck Joseph, guys, you should be either 23 or 53. Really just any age other than 33. Joseph cannot fuck with direct comparisons. Like, you want to be so young that you're like, oh my god, he's a homeowner, fancy. Or like so old that you think he's young and you're like, he's already a homeowner, fancy. Everyone's talking about how many times they have been on Joseph Cooker's podcast. This is embarrassing because he's like my best friend. As a standalone, like not in a group thing, I've never been on it. Right? Yeah, ew. It hurt. I know, it hurt. And then I realized, like, guys, I don't have to manufacture situations for him to talk over me. I don't have to do that. I can get that all the time. I enjoy working on group projects with Joseph. We call our group projects Comedy Cabal. Come see them, pay us money. It's good. I didn't realize until I started working with him that I needed to revisit middle school, like that feeling of like a shitty group project where you do all the work and the louder kid gets all the credit. It's good. I'm getting to dive back into that. I will know I've arrived when there's an article about me in the paper where the featured photo isn't his like fat Elvis picture with the big lips first, where my thumbs, like Shauna Jarrett said, it's like Joseph Cooker. That's how I know I will have made it. I really want it to be a thing, if at all possible. I don't know, like, it's happened tonight, people have said it, like Vince last week called us the will they won't they of Charleston comedy, which I get. It's not even about that, guys. For me, like, Joseph is somebody, I think that we would love to settle for each other once we burn through all of our goodwill in Charleston. Once we have fucked and hurt all of you and made all of you cry and we have no friends or options left, we're gonna get married and make shows that no one comes to. You know, it's gonna be great. And he's gonna get all the credit for those two. So, thank you, Joseph, I love you. Thanks, guys.
Killer. That's Shauna Jarrett. Oh my gosh, that was good. Yeah, man. Shauna and I are the same age. I've been told that I look good for my age. And I've been told that Shauna looks good for the sum of our ages combined. It's a roast. Alright, man. We made it to the end of the evening. We're coming up to the man of the hour, Joseph Coker. Yeah. Give it up for Joseph Coker, everybody. All for you, buddy. All for you. Honestly, I mean, I've talked a lot of shit about the people up here. I love them all like family. And Joseph, you are really like a brother to me. I really love and respect you. Beyond the pale. We're gonna bring him up there. Joseph is a man of so many talents. You're a comedian, right? They already left. You're a comedian. You teach children jujitsu. You're a musician. You have all these talents that I just don't give a fuck about. It's like, yeah, have you heard Joseph stand up? Yeah. You know, he teaches children jujitsu. What the fuck does that have to do with me? 34 years old. He's also a musician. Oh yeah, what kind of music does he make? If like divorced dads bought a condo and had like a singles meetup in their condo. That's the kind of music that would play during the meetup. Ugh. You wear many hats.
He has to.
You are a jack of all trades, but a master of none. Here's our host, our man of the hour, Joseph Coker.
Guys, give it up for all these funny motherfuckers one more time. Give it up for yourselves. Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you. It's jiu-jitsu people and park circle people and all kind of people here. This is great. Should I start in like chronological order or by order of not funny? What's the best way?
Not funny.
It's very hard to tell.
It still starts with me.
Guys, give it up for our great host, Rossi Brown. Give it up one more time. I love this guy so much. I love him so much. He's such a sweetheart dude. Rossi Brown looks like a black exclamation point at the end of a not guilty verdict. Rossi is such a good host. I mean, like, even his body is a good host. Just ask Sickle Cell. Like, his body can host the shit out of some Sickle Cell. Rossi is renting a room from the D family, which is so kind of them. I think Keith D is just trying to make it easier for Stephanie to disappoint him. That's cool. That's controversial. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to say that. Kevin, get up here. Everybody get up for Kevin. This is his first roast. He fucking killed it. Get up for this guy. I love this guy. He is so funny. Kevin, you look like you were the pastor of a church that meets in a movie theater because it's not going well. You know that song, I'm in Love with a Stripper? That was written by Kevin's debit card. A lot of people don't know that. That's awesome. Thank you, Kevin. You're the best. Remember when you were in like middle school, high school, and used to rub peanut butter on your dick to make a dog lick it? Imagine if that dick went to Wofford and then started doing stand-up, and you have Kevin. That's great. I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, whatever. Kevin used to work for the CIA, which is awesome. I didn't know they needed someone to go undercover in a Dollar Tree. That's awesome. Just warming up. Who's next? That was Big Fat Bill. All right. I have so much to say about Bill Davis. Give it up for Bill Davis. Bill Davis, get up here. Come on, remind people who you are. Bill Davis is the best. Bill Davis has an Asian wife. Bill, she only married you because in her country, fat means rich. It was a mistake. She fucked up. Bill Davis is always trying to get lunch with me, but I think he's just trying to get lunch. I don't think it really has anything to do with me. Bill never cries, not because he's too tough, but because the tears are too tired to stream down his big fat face. Bill used to be an alcoholic, which is crazy.
I didn't know that Hardy served wine. Bill, they're on your side, man. Fuck you, Bill Davis. Sit down.
Funny, damn it!
It's not funny. Bill Davis is kind of like a sensitive guy. One time I thought he was trying to give me the cold shoulder, and then I realized that he just has bad circulation. Completely different. Completely different. Michael, he came all the way from New York to perform for free. Give it up for Michael Clayton. Yeah! Michael's like kind of a romantic guy, and I can always tell he's falling for a girl. It's usually when I'm tired of fucking her. That's usually the point. When you hit last in baseball, it's called batting cleanup. When you hit last on a trashy girl in Charleston, it's called Michael Clayton's wedding. That's what it is. Michael, he's really great. I love him. He moved to New York to pursue comedy. And just like all of his long-term relationships, comedy immediately gained 100 pounds and started cheating on him. That's his ex-girlfriend.
Fuck you, Susie!
Like she was the problem. You heard his set. You blaming on a fat girl that likes cheese. You like Freddy Krueger. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Michael Clayton loves Nightmare on Elm Street. He does. It's true. And him and Freddie have a lot in common. They both wear the same gross shirt over and over and over and over and over. They're both, if they're killing, it's usually a dream. And no matter how hard we bury him, he keeps fucking coming back. What do we do? 2 pages worth of Michael shit. You know, they say it takes 10,000 hours to perfect something. But that's funny, because that's also the number of dicks that Michael will have to suck to make it in New York. That's just weird. That's also the number of dicks that a girl has to suck before Michael says, I love you. Really romantic. So sweet. I'm going to skip John because he's black and go right to Hagen. John, don't pretend like this is the first time you've been overlooked by a big fat white guy. Hagen is never going to find love. I'm not a psychiatrist, that's just my assessment. But it's because he only looks during business hours. Like 9 to 5, Hagen's looking for love. The rest of the time, you know that feeling when you go to a gas station and you're looking for like the least damaged toilet to do something disgusting on? That's Hagen looking for women at Rec Room. Same thing. Nope. That was too deep. Yeah. Hagen is a really good comic, but he should make more movies. I really think so. But for every gig he passes up, he gains 1 pound. I just can't wait for him to get back into it so I can start calling him Blimpin' Tarantino. I think that's going to be great. Hagen gets laid a fair amount, but he never gets STD checks like a fucking adult. But it's lucky because his dick is so small he can't catch an STD. Like Hagen, if he's lucky, Hagen can catch like an S and like a lowercase t. That's the most. He can catch like a I don't love you. That's what they say. Give it for John Antoine. Let's come back to John. I love this guy so much. He's the best. This is the most work John Antoine has done in 3 fucking months. Give it up for that. This is the hardest he's worked. He finally got a haircut, so he stopped looking like broke Will Smith. That's great. And now he just looks like broke Darius Rucker. Give it up for that. It's awesome. John's like the black guy you invite to the gangbang and you're so fucking disappointed by his dick size. I like to call him Sham Dingo. That was so solid. You fuck all y'all. Sham Dingo? Nothing? Nothing for Sham Dingo? Thank you. Roxy says it's okay. Now y'all get to laugh. Sham Dingo. That's his, he doesn't have Instagram. I'm gonna make an Instagram for John and call it Sham Dingo. Every time John Antoine has an orgasm, a white dad buys an alarm system. So good. No, I love all these people, and I love all of you guys. Give it up for yourselves. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. One last person to shit on. This is the person that put all this together and organized it. She's the person that fleshes out all of my shitty desires. Not like that, but in shitty shows like this. Give it up for Shauna Jarrett, everybody. She's my go-to. I love this person so much. This is true. Shauna has a genius level IQ, and she lives in Castlewood. She may be the only person up here whose IQ matches her credit score. Shauna. I didn't even hear it, but I assume Bill's talking about chicken nuggets. I don't know. What is it?
It's John, probably.
It's John, probably.
50.
No, Shauna's awesome. Shauna's very crafty. Shauna can make almost anything except for another person happy. Shauna's from Florida, in case you're wondering what that smell was. Just put that out there. Shauna doesn't exercise, which is fine. She takes so much goddamn Adderall. If you put her on a treadmill, she would just fucking micro-focus and she'd just walk herself to death, probably. Which is almost what Michael Clayton had to do to not be a big fat ball of shit. So that's cool. It's cool. Shauna has Asperger's, which means she often misses subtlety in conversation. I'll never forget one time we were playing pool, and I was teasing her. I said, Shauna, put your money where your mouth is. And so she took $1 and she put it on the ugliest guy in the bar's ball sack. That's cool. That's cool. Bill Davis still has that $1. Shauna's comedy career is like every creepy girl, like emo girl I went to high school with. They just talk about killing all the time. You know they're never gonna do it. Like, it's okay. It's safe. Shauna has a monthly show at Frothy Beard. Give it up for that if you've been to that. Yeah. Monthly show at Frothy Beard, and just like every other thing she gets once a month, it's messy, and I hope she stops talking about it soon. That would be great. Shauna's attractive when she wants to be, but she dresses weird. I think we've all noticed that. She's like hair, titties, and like a belt no one gives a fuck about. Shauna, you know that scene in Beauty and the Beast when the wardrobe turns back into a woman? Just imagine if it stopped halfway and then moved to West Ashley. That's what Shauna is. Shauna's good in bed, but that's just because she's bad at everything else. That's... Even a broken emotional clock is right twice a day, you know? No, but in all honesty, like, I came to the Sparrow 3 years ago, and I was super pissed off about music, and I started doing stand-up at an open mic with a lot of these guys, and everybody was so kind to me, and even though I didn't find all the answers I was looking for, I found some of them, and I found a lot of them with the people that are on the stage, and these people matter so much to me, and you guys matter so much to me. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Pat Nasty, take us away.
Thank you guys for coming out to the Sparrow. This was Joseph Coker's funeral podcast.
Guys, if you haven't written anything anything shitty in that coffin over there, take a moment and write a dirty note if you would, because we're gonna look at him later. It's gonna be awesome. Thank you.
Have a good night, everybody. Drink and don't forget to tip your bartenders. Take us away, Pat.